if you can, do me a favor, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, how old you are, where you're from, and what it is that you do.
Yeah, so my name is Andy Marshall. I live in Chicago, Illinois currently. I am 42, turning 43 years old in February of this next year. And I serve as the CEO for a healthcare company that's located here in Chicago as well as in Boston, Massachusetts.
When did you specifically join the first initial program, the Accelerated Method program?
I do. I know exactly the date. It was August 16th, so just a few months ago. And I actually recall exactly when I found you online after reading lots of testimonials from others who have preceded me through the various levels and types of programs that you offer. And that was back in late July. I was actually out in Boston, and I had some time to myself. I was searching and researching different programs and things that would work for guys like me in my situation, in my age, with the similar kinds of dynamics between personal and professional, and children and family and work and all of these obligations. So that's exactly when I found you.
And what problems were you facing, and just how did you feel overall?
Why I joined is it was really the classic case of enough is enough. I was burning the candle at both ends in terms of the professional life. That left very little time on my personal life and spending time with family, time with my kids, not having the energy to get through the day. It's about 2 o'clock, 2:15 my time as we're recording this video. And, 2.5 months ago, I was burned out by 2:15 in the afternoon, ready to take a nap. I just was completely kaput, out of energy, and felt terrible. Why did I join? Look, I'm not getting any younger, and the longer that I would wait, I suspect the harder that it would become to regain a more balanced and healthy life and lifestyle. And I needed to know what I hadn't been participating in or been a part of in probably the better part of 20 years, which was, what do I truly need to do to get my desired outcomes and results? And that's really where, I've been able to lean on you, Logan, to be able to guide me down that path and realize that it's not difficult to do all these things, and that you have the time to do them. You have to be committed, though, and make the time to do them, because it's just not going to appear out of thin air.
How bad did it get for you? And specifically, what toll did it take on your life personally and professionally?
Yeah, by the time I would get home in the evenings, I would lay down on the couch and find myself falling asleep on the couch at 8:15 in the evening. We'd get the kids down. I'd get home. They'd want to play. They'd want to shoot hoops in the driveway, kick a soccer ball in the grass, throw a football, and I just flat out didn't have the energy for it. And it was, I came to realize I'm shortchanging not only my kids' lives but also my own in experiencing the joy that they experience in me doing things with them and being a more active participant in their life. My kids weren't happy because Dad was too tired to play with them, or too tired to even sit up and play a board game with them in the living room. I mean, they were willing to meet me wherever I was. I just didn't have the energy to meet them back.
And so aside from just not having that energy, of course, for them, where else was this showing up in your life?
Professionally, it absolutely was. Again, on a Monday afternoon like it is today at 2:15 in the afternoon, I would be run down and trying to limp through the balance of the workday. Much less should a work-related dinner or function pop up in the evening. I would do almost anything I could to avoid those kinds of extracurricular activities, if you would, in the evening, because I was just so gassed. Woke up feeling lethargic. I wasn't sleeping as well as I have been more recently. I would say I would get the duration of sleep, but not the quality of sleep that I needed to truly feel, awake and refreshed in the morning, ready to conquer the day like I do now.
And I know you had mentioned you had joined, the program a couple months back. What has life been like for you just over these past couple of months?
I feel better overall. I have a ton more energy. My kids, I won't say I'll outlast them, but I'm able to spend as much time as they want me to spend with them, shooting hoops, throwing a football, kicking a soccer ball, going for, bike rides around the neighborhood, you name it, I'm there. I've got the energy to finish coaching both boys' football teams for this fall. So, which their last games were just this past Saturday. So that required a great deal of time and commitment. But based upon what I've learned through and how what I've learned through the program and how I'm living now, I've got the time to do it. And really, that comes, I think, as a result of how you start your day, by putting yourself and your needs first, to get you taken care of first, so that then you can take care of everyone else.
What has your experience been like working amongst me being in here, or just the program in general? Like, what has it been like, and what has it meant to you and for you?
So my experience of the program is it's more than what I expected. In terms of the program, what I didn't realize, but I'm very thankful for, is how high touch, if you will, it is. So it's an incredible amount of support, far exceeded my expectations.
I'd love to hear that, man. And listen, like I said before, it takes two to tango. But when I told you that I'd be in your corner every single step of the way to help you win and maximize your results, I didn't want to just share that with you. I wanted to just show that to you as well.
But anymore, you never know if you're getting lip service, right? It all sounds good up front.
Oh yeah,
right. But
absolutely.
But for it to continue on as described, and even more so than as described, is probably the most refreshing thing to me.
Well,
very rarely do you feel like you actually get what you paid for, and this is one of those rare instances for me.
Based on that commitment and what you've done, what I'm curious to know is, what specific results have you gotten since joining the program, just in this initial phase? Like, what specific results have you gotten from being committed and following everything?
So as of yesterday, and that's a full 10 weeks into the program, as of yesterday morning, I am down 28 pounds.
Yes.
In terms of weight, I am down inches everywhere, from my neck, shoulders, chest, waist, and hips. Multiple inches in all areas, and in several areas, very many inches. Clothes fit better. I keep punching holes in a belt that I have worn for 11 or 12 years, probably. I take a hole punch and I make another hole in the belt. And one of these days, I'm going to run out of room, or this belt's just going to be hanging down. But it's kind of a reminder to me at how far you've come, but yet how far I can continue to go. I sleep better. I wake up, supercharged. I get my day started. I know what to expect. It's been fantastic for me.
Love it. And how specifically, once these results that you created for yourself, all these things, how specifically did this impact other areas of your life?
Far more productive at work. Like, I'm able to, I think I have a greater level of mental clarity, better rested from night. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm sharper, I think, than I believe that I'm sharper than I was before, in terms of being able to, I've got my day prioritized, or I've prioritized my next day the evening before, so I get all of that off my plate, off my mind. I can sit back and enjoy the evening with family, and know that when I wake up, I can leave all of that stuff. I can leave the work at work. I can be home when I'm at home, be present when I'm at home. I think everybody else has been able to benefit that's around me from what I've been able to do in here. So I'm happier, I think. So everybody else around me naturally is happier. My friends, family, neighbors, they've noticed a tremendous change, not only physically or visibly, but also physically. They see me out, chasing my kids in the grass, and they've taken notice too, as they've commented as much.
And what were you really skeptical about when you made the decision to start? Like, even if it was just an ounce of something, like what was it?
I didn't know what to expect or have a tremendous amount of detail around what the program involved or entailed. I read tons of testimonials, tons of positive feedback from others who have, preceded me through this program. I read that it's, you're spending 12 to 24 minutes a day, right? For 4, maybe 5 days a week in movement. And that's about as far as I had gotten. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know if it, was some kind of program where you're required to go beast mode as if you're, 25 years old and have a whole different level of energy and metabolism and everything else, something more akin to a P90X type program. I had no idea what it was, but the biggest hesitation I had in my mind is, can I do what these others have done to get the kind of results that they've experienced?
I understand. So your skepticism lied in the, hey, there's some positive feedback here, but what really takes place in here, and outside of what takes place, like, can I really pull this off? Like,
yep.
Okay. And
yep.
What did, like, whether it was me, the program in general, or everything as a whole, do at the core level to really help you alleviate this initial skepticism?
I'd say a lot of it goes into the curriculum, right? The curriculum, the build up from week 0 through present. You're learning new things. It's each week is a building block onto the next. And the part about we met each other halfway, right? I was committed, right? And you had the path forward. So the path was there. I just had to be willing to walk down it and be committed to it. So that's what I referred to you before. I think when we first got started, you're my Sherpa to kind of walk me down this path and help me watch out for the landmines and the sharp right turns and so forth that I always thought were there, but really never encountered them.
Well, a Sherpa is only as good as its pupil, and you, my man, have done quite well in that response. You've met me more than halfway, which has made things a lot easier, and of course your success speaks loud and clear for it. My final, I guess, question amongst this would be for any guy who's watching, who's obsessively researching right now, maybe not obsessively researching, maybe just started researching. What would you say to them if they're considering doing something and they're actually considering maybe even reaching out to support? What would you say to them, if they're on that fence right now and they're just like, I've been screwed before, sounds good, whatever. What would you say to them?
Fill out the form. Engage in a dialogue with Logan or someone on his team so that they can help yourself. They can't do it for you, but they'll do it with you. Logan will tell you that he'll be your accomplice in this program, right? So he can't do it for you. You can't wish it. You can't wish yourself to be different. There's an old expression I used to say, or I've heard said, and I've said myself a few times. It's wish in one hand, shit in another, and see which fills up faster. Hopefully you can put that on the testimonial. But
I will absolutely put that. Keep going.
Yeah. Fill out the form. Be honest. There's anything less than honest, you're only shortchanging yourself. But fill it out, engage in a dialogue, take the chance. I'm convinced that it'll work for just about anybody who has a level of commitment and persistency and consistency that's required in order to achieve results.